Hey everyone, it's MrFlyingPigHD here with a little paper talk video for you. I've just woken up, it's Wednesday, it's a beautiful day outside. I've got the week off work as well. I haven't really been able to upload too many videos since the season finished because I've been so busy, but you can expect to see more videos from me this week because I've got the freaking week off work, lads. Anyway, I'm just going to go over the major footballing headlines today up and down the country in the national newspapers, mainly transfer speculation. But let's just get underway. Let's kick it off with the Daily Mirror, who have reported that Manchester United have had a £110 million double bid for Gareth Bale and Rafael Varane rejected by Real Madrid. Now, that is absolutely an insane story. Surely that didn't happen. If that did happen, it shows a lot of ambition from United. Gareth Bale and Rafael Varane, two players who no doubt would bring extra quality to that Manchester United starting 11. That's the sort of ambition that we need to have. Do I think that particular story is true? Absolutely not. Sounds like a complete load of BS to me. But, I mean, Gareth Bale and Rafael Varane, I would definitely take those two players at the club. We need a top quality centre-back. He's young. He's got a great future ahead of him. He's already a great player. I'd definitely have Rafael Varane to come into that Manchester United starting 11. And Gareth Bale, of course, well, just what a player. If he's unhappy at Madrid, if the fans aren't appreciating him, come to United, lad! On to the next story, which is Manchester City want £32 million rated Real Madrid midfielder Isco as they plan their summer revamp. That could potentially happen, of course. He's another player who perhaps doesn't get all of the game time in the world over there at Real Madrid. So that could happen. Can Manchester City lure him? Yes, they've got Champions League football. Yes, they're challenging on all fronts these days. They've got the money. They've got the players there. Yeah, of course they could sign Isco if they wanted to. It's frustrating, but they could potentially sign Isco, and I think Isco's a very, very good player indeed. Indeed. The next story, David De Gea is set to join Real Madrid. Don't do it, David. I want to keep David De Gea at Manchester United, of course, but if he's not happy here, if he sees his future in Spain, you can't really fault the lad. He's from there, his family's from there, all that kind of business. So, you know, I can understand it. Looks like that may potentially happen. What does this mean for Manchester United? Well, it's sparking a Tottenham crisis, apparently, the Daily Mirror reporting, because Hugo Lloris, who's confirmed he's considering his own future, probably would be a major target for Manchester United, and rightly so, because he's probably been one of Spurs' best players this season. Well, he definitely has been one of Spurs' best players this season, a great goalkeeper. I'd certainly like to see him between the sticks at United. Of course, we've already got Valdez. Don't see him being the top-class, world-class keeper that we need. You see, the goalkeeper's one of those positions where, you know, if we lose David De Gea, it's not overly important because there are other top-quality keepers out there. It's a position on the pitch that may not be that disruptive if you did lose a player like that, as long as you could bring another player in who's absolutely top quality. Are there that many number of top-quality world-class keepers around at the moment? There's not that many, that's the problem. I mean, if you're looking at Manchester United's realistic prospects who they could actually sign, players who you know, would leave their current clubs, Manchester United could convince them to join. There's not really that many. You know, I'd like to see a short list, which is basically Hugo Lloris at Tottenham, I think, could do the job, absolutely. I think PaperTalk is just an absolutely top-quality keeper. You can't fault him. Alex Ferguson said he made a mistake when not signing him as a young lad. So I would definitely have PaperTalk. He's just a complete solid keeper. Out of favour at Chelsea and under Mourinho. And then possibly Asmir Begovic. There's a lot of talk about Begovic, but Begovic to me doesn't seem as good as the other two keepers in terms of Lloris and PaperTalk. Those are the two keepers that I'd like to see instead of him. If David De Gea is leaving, then yes, maybe Asmir Begovic would be a cheaper option. Let me know what you think about that, actually. It looks like it's impending that David De Gea will be going to Real Madrid. Who would you like to see come to replace him if that does eventually happen? Next story that the Daily Mirror are reporting, Robin van Persie admits he is at a crossroads in his Manchester United career as he wants to play every week. Well, you know, stop being a freaking sick note then, lad. You know, always getting injured. It's quite frustrating, but, I mean, that first season he came to United, he was absolutely unplayable, really. He's a player I definitely want to see stick around the club, though, because I just love Robin van Persie. He's a great quality player. On his days, absolutely fantastic. I remember, you know, that game where he was out of sorts under David Moyes against Olympiacos, second leg. He scored a freaking hat-trick, including an absolutely wonderful free kick and won us the tie. That's the sort of player that you want on your side. Will he be happy playing second fiddle to Wayne Rooney if Wayne Rooney's playing that lone striker position? I don't think he will be, but you have to fight for your freaking place, Robin. Don't just do one with the first bit of adversity that comes up. Next story, Christian Benteke has confirmed he wants to quit Aston Villa for a club playing in Europe. Now, Christian Benteke is a player that a lot of Manchester United fans have talked about. He's a big, strong player, good feet, scores goals, good head. You know, he's a freaking good forward, isn't he? I'd definitely have Christian Benteke, but only if the price is right. I don't think he'd come to Manchester United either, just simply because he's not going to get the game time that's required out there. I can't see a big lummox of a player like that coming in there and getting a starting 11 spot ahead of the technically gifted player that we already have. So if it was going to come to Manchester United, it would probably be as a backup. I don't see that happening. It would probably go to another club in Europe. On to the next newspaper then. The Sun are reporting that Manchester United want either Hugo Lloris or Asmir Begovic to replace David De Gea, who they accept is leaving for Real Madrid. Now, that's a story I've already covered. They're saying Begovic, Hugo Lloris. I think Hugo Lloris makes more sense to me anyway. Let me know what you think about that once again. Romelu Lukaku has stunned Everton by telling them he may need to leave the club to win trophies. Well, Everton have had an absolutely shocking season this season. Lukaku had an average season, I'd say, by his standards. The season before for Everton, of course, absolutely setting the world alight when he was on loan. Hasn't really recaptured that form this season just gone. Should he be looking at going to a bigger club? Well, he's another player like Christian Benteke, that sort of player that Manchester United probably could do with. You know, he's a player we could realistically sign. Very good player, got a good future ahead of him. You know, Lukaku's reasonably young. Ever since the first moment I saw Romelu Lukaku, I thought, that is a freaking top quality player. He's going to be a very good quality player, and he's sort of getting there. Perhaps hasn't fulfilled that potential as of yet. Going to a club like Manchester United could springboard his career in those terms. And you never know, the sky's the limit for Romelu Lukaku. So I personally, that's another player I'd be interested in signing. The Daily Mail now, Inter Milan may make a move for Manchester United winger Nani. Now, Nani's been on loan at Sporting this season, where he's been actually, from what I hear, fantastic. He obviously petered out massively towards the end of his Manchester United days under David Moyes, and Louis van Gaal didn't deem him good enough to stay at the club, so he shipped him out on loan. He's a player that on his days, have been an absolute match winner. I've seen Nani, I've seen wonderful, world-class performances from him, scoring fantastic goals, thinking this guy is going to be the next Cristiano Ronaldo. It hasn't really materialised like that. Could he come back to United and transform his career back to where it should be, which is right up there? It remains to be seen. I certainly would take the risk, though. I would get him back at Manchester United next season, just get him around the squad, get him involved in games. You know, you can play him on the left, you can play him on the right. As long as he's playing well, then he's a very good player. If he's not playing well, then freaking ship him out on loan again. But give him a chance, I'd say. Let me know what you think about that. Do you think Nani's Manchester United days are over? Comment below. On to the next story from the Daily Mail, which is Lazio are ready to step up interest in Liverpool striker Fabio Borini. It just goes to show you the state of Italian football at the moment, really. What do you want Borini for? He's absolutely shocking. But then again, Lazio aren't really the side that they once were back in the 90s. In fact, all of those Italian sides aren't what they were back in the 90s. Back in the day, they had the best league around, I reckon, early 90s. Wonderful spectacle, the likes of Fiorentina, Batistuta, you know, one of their average sides, really. AC Milan, unbelievable side during that period of time. Inter, of course, Juventus, unreal. Now, you know, Juventus are a top quality side, of course. They've got fantastic starting 11, they've got fantastic side. But the rest of the league is absolutely shocking. They want Borini, probably a good signing for them. Who really gives a shit about that anyway? On to the next newspaper, which is the Daily Telegraph, reporting that Chelsea and Manchester United are set to battle it out for Atletico Madrid defender Miranda. Who's she? Now, Miranda, very good defender. Always rated him. I'd rather see us sign Varane, of course, or Hummels, but if you're talking about a short list of defenders, Miranda's definitely on there. Definitely a player I think would add a bit of quality to the side. Let me know what you think about the prospects of Miranda. I think this just sounds like one of those airy-fairy stories they've just gone, well, we need to fill a little bit of back page space. Yeah, let's just choose a player. Yeah, him. And a club. Oh, yeah, let's just say they're linked. Anyway, it's bullshit, but let me know what you think about that. Finally, the Daily Star are reporting that Chelsea are ready to pay £30 million for Arsenal, Manchester United and Liverpool target Gonzalo Higuain. Now, Higuain's a top quality forward. He's a striker I've always rated. Fantastic player. I'd definitely take him at Manchester United. But this is the thing. Would I sign Gonzalo Higuain as things are? No. If Robin Van Persie leaves this summer, then absolutely I'd sign Higuain. But there's no real point of signing him if we're going to have Wayne Rooney playing up top as a lone striker, which seems to be Louis Van Gaal's plan towards the latter half of this season. then we don't really need him. Is there anybody else that you can think of that perhaps might come in as a striker? I think we should just get Chicharito back. Have Wayne Rooney there. Have Robin van Persie there. If you're only playing one striker a game, it doesn't really matter. Wayne Rooney can always play a little bit deeper as and when, if needs be. And then you've got Chicharito coming on and doing the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer role, scoring freaking goals. So that's what I think about it. Just thought I'd make a little video for you guys about the goings-on in the footballing world today. Little transfer talk, paper talk video. Please do comment below with your opinions, your thoughts on any of the topics discussed in this video today. And keep a lookout for upcoming videos this week. As I say, I'll be around a lot more this week to put some videos on the channel, so keep an eye out for them. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is MrFlyingPigHD here. Chuck a like on this video and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And until next time, take it easy. Come on, United!